ki.
Jai.
Sri Sri Radha Govinda Chandra ki.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari.
I want to see her if she comes. Okay, so today we continue with Bhagavad Gita. These classes are just very brief, small summary of the chapter. Bhagavad Gita is very broad. Not such a huge verse, but 700 verses, and with very deep knowledge. And we are just giving an overview, brief summary. So first we are going to have a very, very small summary, the revision, not summary, yes, remembering each chapter. First chapter, Arjuna is in the middle of the battlefield with Krishna, looking what is going to come. And he is overwhelmed with sadness. And this is an introduction, first chapter. Introduction to the persons who are there and the difference of both armies. Arjuna, wise, real Rajarsi, with beautiful feelings in the heart, not willing to fight, even if he has to live begging, please give me food. He doesn't want to fight. And Duryodhana, very proud, it is. He says, so many warriors are willing to give their lives for me. So very big difference. Second chapter is a summary, starting with Krishna feeling very satisfied with Arjuna. Because in the previous chapter he said, no, I don't want to fight. But he understands war is not possible to avoid. Because so many persons are depending on him. So he surrenders to Krishna. And Krishna, feeling very pleased, gives a summary of the Bhagavad Gita. From the very beginning, when the soul starts to thinking about something beyond this material understanding, to the point of reaching pure love of God. Third chapter, Karma Yoga. Of course, there are many topics, but it gives a vision of persons who follow path of moral and further trying to understand God. Starting from persons who don't believe in God, who are engaged in karma, following morality, because they understand being good brings good, not thinking about God, but this is good. They don't think about God, but they follow some rules, so that's good. Then Karma Kanda, then Karma Yoga with many desires, and finally Karma Yoga without any selfish desire, just pure love for God. Fourth chapter is transcendental knowledge. Here Krishna gives to Arjuna information about how this knowledge is perfect. It comes from himself, and he gave this knowledge to the sun god at the beginning of creation. Krishna explains that this knowledge is for everybody. Don't worry, Arjuna. It is for everybody, so it is also for you. For everybody. And this knowledge frees us from the reactions of our actions. And we have to receive this knowledge from spiritual authorities. And we receive from spiritual authorities, we are empowered with our reactions to our actions, we can act and be sure that there will be success. Like if we plug one bulb of light in a socket that is connected to electricity, there will be light. So if we take knowledge from the Guru Parampara, from the line of disciplic masters and disciples, knowledge will flourish in our heart. Krishna tells, don't worry, Arjuna. 5th chapter, Karma Yoga, actions in Krishna consciousness. Not just karma, but willing to please the Lord. And here Arjuna was asking, what is better? You tell me to renounce and you also tell me to act. How is this possible? How can I renounce and at the same time act? What is better? Action or Sankhya, renunciation? And Krishna explains that both are same, good paths, yet action in Krishna consciousness is easier. We all have needs, and the soul is always active. Therefore, it is easier to act in Krishna consciousness than trying, no, I don't want anything material, I don't want anything material, I don't want anything material. Because everything is coming from Krishna. It's material if I don't offer to Krishna. But if I offer to Krishna, it is Krishna's energy, so it is spiritual, and then we are connected. That's why it's easier and more efficient. And Krishna tells in this chapter that we need to reach the goal, fixing our self, our consciousness in the Supreme, and then we'll understand how Krishna is our best friend, the enjoyer of everything, and therefore, if we surrender to Him, we'll be with Him. We'll reach the goal. Then Dhyana Yoga, chapter 6. Here is problems with the mind. Arjuna is doubting because it's not a small thing. It's a huge war against persons that he considers his superiors. It's a big thing. It's not, yes, go and bring some bread. Oh, no, it's a big thing. So it's normal that he has doubts. And it's also normal, although we have already given the heart to the spiritual master and Krishna, that we have doubts. Bhagavatam, full of questions and answers. Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has so many questions, and then Krishna can speak. So doubts are there, and our mind can be our friend or our enemy. That's why they need to follow the path of yoga, and in this way control the senses with our intelligence. And Krishna assures Arjuna that even if he doesn't finish the process, there is no loss. And for those who reach the goal, that's the best achievement ever. Then chapter 7, the knowledge of the Absolute. Again, Krishna stresses the importance of listening from the spiritual master, right source. And he explains, don't worry, everything comes from me and everything rests on me. We have explained this many times, no? Like the cosmos, everything has so much intelligence in it because it is supported by God, by Krishna, as a necklace, a kunti, is held by the thread. We don't see Krishna, but we see that Krishna is controlling everything. the sun comes down at night, comes up in the morning, then winter, spring, summer. No, there is so much intelligence in the universe. And in chapter 7, Krishna starts explaining to Krishna that he can meditate very easily upon him. Even when we are not with him, we are always with him. Do you remember some ways that Krishna says, I am, for him, for Arjuna to meditate? What he says in this chapter? There is one.
A lot.
What?
A lot.
A lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he says many things. But one. Do you remember one? How?
Taste of water.
Taste of water. Yes. Here is Krishna. Wow. Very powerful. Just water. But you are thirsty, and this is Krishna. Pure essence. He's the Om. His sound in ether. You can hear something here. The clock. Time is Krishna also. And sound is Krishna. And the light of the sun and the moon. So many examples he gives. And he says that if we meditate during life in this way, this is surrendering. Remembering Krishna is giving our heart to Krishna. And therefore, if we do this during this life, at the time of death, we'll remember him. Chapter 8, Reaching the Supreme. Here, Krishna explains more how to remember him. Always, Prabhupada would tell us, we need to be Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. 24. Do you know this boy? Do you know how many hours has one day? ¿Sabes cuántas horas tiene un día? ¿Cuántas?
24.
Muy bien, 24. Pues
¿Y cuando
Prabhupada
está dormido?
nos dice también, día y noche, total, día y noche son 24 horas. Y Prabhupada nos dice que tenemos que recordar a Krishna 24 horas al día. Y also when we are sleeping. But if we chant, I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes at home I always put kirtan, bhajan, and many times I go to bed and I still, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, because we've been listening all day. And before going to bed, when I joined the movement, I was single and I was living with many girls my age in the ashram. And before going to bed, we would thank you, Krishna, for such a wonderful day, and then offer our sleep to Krishna. I need to sleep because tomorrow there is more service. And in this way, because we offer our sleep to Krishna, to be able to serve tomorrow with better energy, that's also service. 24 hours engaged in serving Krishna. And in this chapter, in the previous chapter, in 7, he was giving examples, no? How the moon, the sun, the water, everything we need is Krishna. And in this chapter, he talks about how, what can I say, how amazing he is. How he is there in everything that we cannot understand. How great he is. So, inconceivable. I don't know if this is an English word.
Inconceivable.
What? Inconceivable, something like that. Inconceivable.
Inconceivable, yeah.
In Spanish. Anything that we cannot understand, that is Krishna. Krishna is also the one who controls everything, not only the nice and beautiful things, but also rajas, tamas, sattva. He controls everything. Wow, Krishna. he is sustaining, holding all the planets. No? He is sustaining everything. And that he gives many, many different. He is the smallest of the smallest and the biggest of the biggest. It's inconceivable. Because we can understand to some degree that Krishna is within the heart of everyone. ¿Tú lo entiendes? Que Krishna está en el corazón de todo el mundo. ¿Lo entiendes esto? Krishna en el corazón. Está en el corazón. But everything is inside himself. This is inconceivable. He is inside everything, and everything is inside Krishna. Wow. So everything that we cannot understand is huge and small and all these things, that is Krishna. And he is transcendental to everything. An astonishing chapter. Chapter, okay. I have a little more notes about the 9th chapter. He tells the verse Raja Vidya Raja Guhyan, how this knowledge is the king of all knowledge. Oh, this is chapter 9, we were in chapter 8. Right? Is the king of all knowledge, is the most secret. ¿Alguna vez te han dado un secreto? ¿Cómo se llama este niño? ¿Cómo te llamas? Nicola. Nicola. ¿Alguna vez te han dicho un secreto? ¿No? ¿Y no se ha enterado nadie del secreto o sí que se ha enterado alguien? Algunos. Eres un buen... ¿Guardas bien los secretos? Solamente se han enterado algunos. Pero este conocimiento, this knowledge, is the most secret of all secrets. Many people have Bhagavad Gita in their hands and they cannot understand. It's there in the hand, and Krishna is there in the Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is also inside the heart of that person, and they cannot understand. It happened to me. Before meeting the devotees, a person gave me Bhagavad Gita as a present. Of course, something I understood because I couldn't understand. I was opening the book and I couldn't understand this book. Wow, it's very serious. It's very important knowledge here. And I couldn't understand. But something I understood, Krishna's mercy, whatever. I made an altar and I put it on top of the altar. First time in my life that I built an altar. So something I understood is sacred.
Even without meeting devotee, before
I met them. But I was reading and I said, wow, what is this? It was very difficult for me.
It's a previous life experience. You need to worship Bhagavad Gita.
So it's the most secret of all secrets. Unless Krishna reveals this knowledge in your heart, we cannot understand. And it's pure, like water. It's very pure. And because it is connected to the self, Krishna is very happily performed. When we are engaged in bhakti, and we follow this knowledge, we feel happy. So Krishna, he says so many things, how he's the ritual. Here in this chapter, he keeps on. Krishna is helping us. He's everywhere. But if he says, I am everywhere, okay, everywhere, and we forget. But if he says, I am the ritual, I am the sacrifice, I am the offering, I am the medicinal herb when we get sick, and our family gives us a medicine, and medicine has the potency to cure, that's Krishna. He's butter, he is the fire, he's the father, the mother. Okay, when our superiors tell us something, Krishna is within the heart. We need to hear, what is this devotee, or what is my mother telling me, or my father? Krishna is there. We need to listen. So many examples he says. He is the refuge. No? When it's raining and a storm, big, and then we reach a shelter, a roof, and say, oh, how good, that's Krishna. ¿No? Yo creo que lo he puesto en marcha.
Sí, pero se acaban de acabar las pilas.
It's
Ya no
not,
se oye allí.
not working.
Pues ahora empezamos el capítulo.
No, es ahora mismito que acaba de acabar. Sí. No,
Pues hemos hecho el
tranquila.
resumen, ahora empezamos el...
Sí.
Pero volume normalmente.
No, it's good. Just now finish. I challenge you.
So now we start chapter 10. Chapter 10 is the opulence of the Absolute. So we can now discover how all opulences are just one small spark. You know what is a spark?
Okay.
And a spark of Krishna's splendor. We have seen how Krishna is in the elements, in water, in fire, in the sun, in the moon, in all inconceivable things. And he's also in the opulence that we find in the world and around us. Sí, para veo la luz verde. So in this chapter, knowledge that we are going to receive that Krishna is the source of all the worlds, both material world and spiritual worlds, come from him. How to bring into practice this knowledge? When I know that everything comes from Krishna, this world, the spiritual world, what do? So then we dedicate our heart to constantly serve Krishna with love. Because if everything comes from Krishna, then I will serve him. For instance, I am invited here, so who is the person who organizes this place? Krishna Bharati Prabhu. And there are devotees who are helping him to maintain this place, and persons who come here to share what is being presented here. So all these persons I need to respect, and I need to hear from you. Because if I don't respect those who are maintaining this place, one day I will if I like this place, I need to respect all of you. Otherwise, you will say, don't come. If you don't like, you can go another place. That's true. If I am not respectful, there is so much space, go to Murcia or go to Pego or go to another place. So, if we understand that Krishna is the source of everything, then I will engage in serving him. As if I want to go to a foreign country, I will learn what are the laws in that country. If I want to build a business, and I'm going to invest my money and my energy, I will first find what are the laws of this country, and then everything will be good. The country will be, oh, this person has got such nice job, and they will be happy with me, and I'll be happy there, I'll flourish. But if I don't follow the laws of the country, I will go to jail. So a person who understands the supreme, the source of everything, and how wonderful is everything, then one feels, I'm going to serve you, I'm going to serve you. And the result of that is that Krishna will give us the capacity to understand him and reach his abode. The connection with the previous chapter, previously Krishna expressed that the highest yoga, he's been talking about all levels of yoga, and he expressed to Arjuna that the highest yoga is bhakti. That's the best way to connect with Krishna. It's supreme. And in this chapter, Krishna is going to teach us how to remember him. Because if to please him is the highest yoga, then how can I remember him to please him? And he will teach us also how that when we see beautiful things, very opulent things, or very powerful, wow, that's Krishna. There is people who says, well, if God exists, I want to see him. In this chapter, generally we say, well, why to see him? Why not to learn about him? This is what we generally hear when someone says, I want to see God. First know about him. So, but in this chapter, Krishna, of course, for those who are inclined to spirituality, that already bhakti, love is starting to sprout, he says that such a person, spiritualist, can perceive God as the source of everything, and also how God is inside. Everything comes from God, from Krishna, but Krishna is inside everything. So he's gonna explain this. He's the source of everything. In this chapter, he also gives 4 very important verses, which are known as Chaturshloki. These 4 verses are the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. It's like a summary of the summary of the summary, just in 4 verses. And then he explains how he's everywhere. First, he explains how he is the source of everything. He gives the essence of the knowledge, and then how he is in everything. And therefore, he tells Arjuna, please keep on listening. Don't get tired, because we are moving forward. And if we keep on, we'll come to understand how this wonderful opulence that we perceive, look, just a ray of sun is so powerful, no? So beautiful. Everything opulent is coming from God. Chaturloki teaches that Krishna's position, no? He's the source of everything, and those who, we can go, because I wrote the verses here. I am the source of all the worlds, material, spiritual worlds, everything emanates from me. Those who are wise, they're perfectly wise, they give their heart to worship me with love, with all their hearts. And what happens? The hearts of those persons are filled with thoughts about Krishna. The thoughts of my devotees are in me, and their lives are dedicated to please me, and therefore they feel so much joy, because happiness is also coming from Krishna. Have you ever seen Krishna with bad temper or very sad or crying? No, he's always happy, he's always satisfied. So those devotees are always enlightening each other and talk about Krishna. We need to talk more about Krishna. That's something that will give us so much bliss. So those persons who serve Krishna with love, Krishna bestows the intelligence. So Krishna is going to give us intelligence because we are talking about him and we are listening about him. And therefore, Krishna is happy, and to give a special gift to those persons. ¿A ti te gustan los regalos? Sí. Pues Krishna nos da un regalo. Krishna nos da muchos regalos. Y el regalo es que the present is that he will dissipate the darkness that is within our heart. Many times you say, I don't know. This problem I don't understand, or I don't know what I need to do today. So if we worship him with love, if we remember him, he will tell us at every moment what I need to do to be happy, connected to him. And a person who engages in such meditation does not need to worry. I don't know what you are going to say because you are a family person, maintaining the family. But Krishna says, The pure devotee doesn't have to worry about material needs because Krishna will remove all difficulties, all doubts, and will give you everything that you need. This doesn't mean that we do not need to show him that we want that mercy. But it's like that. Krishna will give us everything we need. Prabhupada says, automatically.
I guess it's Krishna telling about pure devotee. Because if we thinking, I'm not pure devotee, we need to do something, I guess.
We need to try. Keep on trying. There are two kinds of pure devotional service. So you are a pure devotee. I don't agree with you. You are a pure devotee because there are two kinds of pure devotees. One is that who has already reached the highest realization, and another kind of pure devotee are those who are practicing the pure devotional service. Not eating meat, not gambling, not illicit sex, no, what I forgot.
So anyway,
No intoxication.
I guess in my humble suggestion, it's in your eyes, your vision.
No, excuse me.
My vision should be I'm not pure devotee.
I can bring you I don't have it, the quote, but this is Srila Rupa Goswami.
Yeah, sure.
Nectar of Devotion, I don't remember which page because I am listening. So a devotee who is practicing devotional service is a pure devotee. And this is why in 1000, or in English it said, in 1968 or 69, one devotee asked Prabhupada. They had been in the movement 2 years.
Yeah, I know this quote. Yes.
You know,
yeah, sure.
but we can repeat because it's so beautiful. Prabhupada, how many pure devotees are there in the world? I think maybe it was 1970. But there were 5 centers. I think there were New York, San Francisco, Seattle, Canada, and I think it was also England. So around 1970. And Prabhupada said, how many temples? How many devotees in every temple? I think we were 25 or 30. So we have 25 or 30, I don't remember the number, pure devotees. We only need to keep on going. Of course, individually, each of us know very well how much I want to improve for Krishna.
Well, that is my point. So it's a vision for opposite. You mean like when I watch on you or another, I guess you pure devotee. But when I'm thinking about myself, I never think like I'm pure devotee.
Okay,
because if I will start think I'm pure devotee,
okay,
I will
and
stop.
then this is not pure.
Yeah.
This is not pure. Finish pure. But we are on the path, and it's a very powerful path. Very powerful.
Sure.
Very powerful path.
No doubt about that. Yes.
And we always hear that the only thing we need to reach the goal, because it is explained that this movement is like a ship in the ocean. The spiritual master is the captain. The relative principles are like the cloth that moves the ship. I don't remember the whole thing, no? But the only thing we need to reach the goal, pure love for God, is to keep on. That's the only need we think. I may still have so many lackings, yes, but it doesn't matter. Krishna doesn't want perfection. Krishna wants our determination. Yes, I know. Again, I could have done better. Again, when I was asked this question by a spiritual master, I could have said something more beautiful to express how much do I appreciate this movement. I have said, a middle answer, no, it happens to me. So I still so many lackings, but we are on the path. And Krishna is not expecting us to be perfect, everything. He wants the heart. Oh, I want to improve, Krishna. And keep on. Okay. And then what happens? Arjuna tells, what I done? Arjuna tells, after all this analysis, Arjuna tells Krishna, okay, Krishna, I completely accept, I don't know if we have completely accepted, I completely accept that all you have said is truth. It is truth, isn't it? Do we accept this? That everything that Krishna has said is truth?
We're trying. We're still trying to accept
We
it.
believe it's true. We may not reach to fulfill, but we said, this is true. Yes. Arjuna says, this is true. And now Krishna is going to explain to him, and there is a long explanation, because he loves us so much that he is everywhere really. So now Krishna is telling Arjuna more ways of seeing Krishna in nature and in all around the world. He says, I am the super soul sitting in your heart. Nicola, ¿alguna vez has sentido en el corazón algo que no comprendí? Algo que a lo mejor papá o mamá está preguntando y nadie sabe, y tú de repente, ¿dónde está algo? ¿En dónde están las llaves? Y tú de repente, y nadie lo sabe, pero tú de repente, ya sé dónde están. ¿No te ha pasado alguna vez? Ya sé dónde está. Alguien pregunta, ¿dónde está esto? Y nadie sabe. Y tú en el corazón, ya sé.
Solo pasa con mi madre.
¿Con?
Con mi madre.
Con tu madre, ¿ves? Ese saber, ese es Krishna en el corazón. Y aquí Krishna está diciendo, I am the super soul in the heart of every living being. So we are alive, so Krishna is in the heart. Then he says, I would have asked you, each of you, to read it, but because it is in Spanish, he says, I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end of all living beings. Sometimes we see, when I was a kid, I had silk worms, you know, these worms that make silk for cloth. So I could see how they would take birth from the egg. I would see how they live and when they die. And Krishna says, I am the beginning of that life, I am the middle of life, and I am also the end of everything which is alive. Then he says, of all the lights, then we have so many lights here, no? So many lights. So, of all the lights, I am the radiant sun. This morning I saw how the sun was coming out from the sea, from the ocean, from the sea, it's not an ocean. It was so beautiful, red. Before it came out, the ocean, I was in the mountain, the ocean was like silver, like a silver path. And then red, very red, and everything became pinkish. So, that's Krishna. Of the stars, I am the moon. Of the senses, I am the mind. Of living beings, I am that strength which is alive. I am consciousness. In all living beings, Krishna is the consciousness. A plant is growing like this, and then the plants need sun, and maybe they are in the shade. So we see, I saw a pumpkin. Yeah? I've been taking care of the Varsi and Sri's house. They have a small house in the land, and they went to New Rajamandala, and I'm going every day to take care of their field. And there was a pumpkin which was in a corner, so the pumpkin needed light. So the branches start moving, and now it's all around in the sunshine. So plants also are conscious. So there is Krishna. I was thinking, wow, Krishna, you're everywhere, no? In the pumpkin. Of all Rudras, well, I am Lord Shiva, all beings which are, that we don't perceive very well. He's Shiva, the most powerful. Of all mountains, I am Meru, very huge, impressive mountain. Of generals, I am Kartikeya. Of the extensions of water, I am the ocean. Of vibrations, I am Om. Of sacrifice, I am the chanting of the Maha Mantra, Japa. We were chanting Japa now. Of immovable things, you know what is immovable? Something that does not move. Inmovible, que no se mueve. Krishna dice, entre lo inmóvil, yo soy las montañas. Of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Of all the immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Of all the trees, I am the banyan tree. Of all sages and demigods, I am Narada. Of weapons, I am the, ¿cómo se dice rayo?
Rey.
No,
¿Sí? ¿Cómo que no?
rey. Thunderbolt. Perdón. I am the thunderbolt. Of the cows, I am Surabhi. Of causes of procreation, I am the god of love. So when we see a couple that they love each other, there is Krishna. There is Krishna. Of the demons, Daityas, I am Prahlad. I think this is a little difficult for me to translate, but I am time. That crushes everything. I am time. Of animals, beasts, I am the lion. Of birds, I am Garuda, who carries Vishnu. Of purifiers, I am the wind. When we were, when me and my kids were little, we were in the summer. We were driving from New Rajamandala to Mallorca, to an island, for going to the beach or like that. No, my family is there. So, with children, such a long drive. They need to eat something. Okay, so after eating, they would take their hands outside the window to purify their hands. We said, okay, if you feel your hands dirty, take your hand out the window. Of the purifiers, agents, I am the wind, Krishna says. They were doing like that. Of fish, I am the shark. So all these things, maybe you like to remember one or two of all these things to meditate along the week. The shark, I don't think we are going to see many sharks.
Is there sharks in the sea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, when we see a fish, we go to the beach and we see a fish, we can think, Krishna is the shark. Of the rivers, I am Ganga. Of the letters, esto está wrong, está equivocado. No sé por qué he puesto. But of the letters, I am letter A. Here, Krishna says twice in this chapter that he is the beginning, the middle, and the end. What is written is wrong, but it's true that of all the letters, I am letter A. Nicola. Krishna is in your name because your name has A. Nicola. A. Krishna. Of all science, I am the spiritual science that teaches us about the self. Here, you see, I made a mistake. Of letters, I am A. And also, I am the inagotable. ¿Cómo se dice inagotable? Endless. I am endless time. Of creators, I am Brahma. I am death that devours everything. I am the beginning that brings birth to that which is not yet taken birth. Among women, I am fame. Maybe we can remember this, the ladies. Well, maybe also the men. But fame is Krishna, represented by women. Among women, I am fortune. Among women, I am fine speech. It's important that ladies will learn to speak sweetly. Of women, I am memory. Of women, I am intelligence. Of women, among women, I am constant. Constancia. There is another way, but all keep on, not giving up. Among women, I am patience. We need to be very patient with our children when they take birth. Also with our husbands. Sure, our husbands also have to be patient with us. So that patience is something characteristic of women. Feminine. That is Krishna. Krishna is like that. It's so sweet, Krishna. Of poetry, I am Gayatri. Of estaciones, ¿cómo se dice? Seasons. Of seasons, I am flourish, the spring with full of flowers. Of splendid things, I am splendor. More is splendorous. We see the moon tonight. That splendor is Krishna. I am victory. I did it. Good. That's Krishna. I am adventure. Who doesn't like adventure? I am the strength of the strong. When we finally open the bottle, we cannot open it. Krishna. Right? When we cannot open a bottle, we can remember him. Of sages, I am Vyasa. Among those who look for victory, I am moral. If we want to be victorious, we need to be moral. And that is Krishna. Of all secret things, I am silence. Nicolás, cuando nos cuentan un secreto, tenemos que saber guardar. Y eso es Krishna. That is Krishna. If we are able to keep a secret, wow, we are conquering Krishna. Krishna will be very happy. Of knowledge, I am knowledge. I am the knowledge in all sages, all intelligent persons. I am the seed that brings life to existence. Of all opulent things, beautiful and glorious, you should know that all those things come from a spark of my splendor. Okay? There were more, but I said, okay, there are so many. So we have no excuse to remember Krishna 24 hours a day. Alright? So, I think it's time. The summary of this chapter is that all wonderful things that show power, we finally open the bottle, the simple things, we don't need to make it complicated now. Krishna, which are beautiful, a beautiful smile, Krishna, beautiful eyes, Krishna, beautiful child, Krishna, beautiful, great, grandiose, wow, the sunrise, wow, Krishna. Or important, very important, the king comes and everyone feels, wow, that emotion is Krishna, eminent, actually is for Krishna everything. All those manifestations are small manifestations of my energies and my divine opulence. So, therefore, we should always worship and remember Krishna. And this is the essence of this chapter. If we are able to remember him in everything which is around, in every emotion, if we analyze big emotion, wow, comes from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything. Devotees enjoy talking and listening about him. Devotees therefore dedicate their lives in love to please Krishna. and because the devotee understands the source, because devotees enjoy talking about Krishna, and because devotees worship Krishna with love, then Krishna gives us a special mercy which will enlighten our heart, and all ignorance will finish. And this is it. Do you remember one of the opulences that you want to remember this week that we just went through? How are we going to remember Krishna in one of those ways? We remember one,
His beauty.
su belleza, his beauty. Yes, when we'll see something beautiful, beautiful flowers. Imagine, do we need flowers? We don't need flowers, but Krishna makes flowers. Wow, so beautiful. There is Krishna. One more. One,
His mercy.
mercy.
Misericordia.
How was that expressed? That's the fourth chapter, the fourth verse of the Chatusloki. What I am asking here is how to see Krishna in the opulent things.
In the material world.
Yeah, that we've been talking
He's
about.
the ocean.
Huh?
The ocean. Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Wow. Of
Yeah,
all
every morning, for example,
big
we play.
bodies of water, I am the ocean. We can remember him every day here. Very easily we can see the ocean. Thank you.
Sunshine, like.
Yes.
¿Cuántos años tiene?
Tengo 67.
No, Krishna.
¡Oh, Krishna! Buena pregunta. Aunque Krishna es el origen de todo, y por tanto el más antiguo, nunca se ve mayor de un joven de 16 años. Aunque es el más antiguo de todos, siempre se le ve como un joven.
Pues ahora tiene 16.
No, 16. Esa es la edad que tiene. El tiempo es eterno. Eterno. No se acaba nunca. Y Krishna siempre existe y todo viene de Krishna.
5.062.
¿Eh?
5.062.
Más y menos, todo. Porque Krishna es la fuente de todo y todo vuelve a Krishna.
Cuéntese el relajo.
Porque los años se cuentan según el tiempo temporal. Pero en la eternidad no se acaba el tiempo. Aquí tenemos vacaciones y se acaban. Pero en Goloka no se acaba. Siempre estamos en vacaciones.
Todo el día de vacaciones.
Todo el día disfrutando con Krishna. ¿Tenéis alguna pregunta o algo que corregir? Por supuesto, decir que todos estos PowerPoints, I need to say that all these PowerPoints are thanks to my spiritual master, who is teaching since many, many, many years to children, to elders, and has such an ability to present knowledge in ways that we can easily grasp and understand. No? So it's thanks to Urmila Devidasi, who has given me all these PowerPoints. I made them very short because these classes were many, many, many hours. No? But with this guidance, I am able to offer a presentation that can be clear for all of us. And if something is not very clear, it's because of me. But I am very thankful for her and for all the devotees who are inspiring me, and to all of you who are here. Without you, I would not be here also. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
remind us about the glory of the Lord.
Thank you for?
Remind us glory of the Lord.
Yes. Thank you, Krishna.